Michael here on the Backyard Dude. What we're going to do today is we're going to change out the transmission fluid. This vehicle, Honda Accord 2016, has a CVT transmission, so we're going to replace the fluid. We're also going to change out the filter so that everything is nice and clean. So we'll show you how to do that. The basic steps for this process are, of course, jack up the car, and then what we need to do is we need to drain out the fluid, put the plug back in, then we'll go ahead and we have to get what's called the ATF warmer. Behind that is where we find the filter, and so we'll take that out, replace that filter, put it back on, and we'll go ahead and fill up our fluid back into the transmission. There's a protective heat shield, just a metallic piece of thin metal that safeguards the engine from rocks and debris and that type of thing. So we'll have to remove that so that we can be able to get to our drain plug. As you can see, the drain plug is located right here, and all that you need is a 3/8 inch socket drive. Just put that right on there. Right on the square head, and then you're good to go. I definitely recommend wearing a rubber glove. The fluid can be very hot. Same is true whenever you're changing the oils. It's always a good idea. Once you get it broken loose, you can pretty much loosen it by hand. You can see what color that is. When we pour it in, I'll show you what the fresh stuff looks like. Once all the fluid is drained, you can go ahead and clean off the plug, put it back on, and then put your heat shield back on. So then we'll lower the car and we'll be able to work from up above a little bit easier. The CVT filter is located underneath the battery. So the easiest way to get to it is to actually remove the battery as well as the support for it, and then you can be able to reach in there. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So as you can see, I've taken out the battery support platform, and now you can easily see what we're talking about. This part down here, that's the ATF warmer. What happens is you've got your coolant flows through there, and it actually heats up and warms up the fluid so that it's a good operating temperature. But inside of there is the filter that we need to replace. So let's go ahead and do that. So the housing is connected with some 12mm bolts, so we'll go ahead and take those off. There's one. There's two. And there's three. So we'll need to replace these O-rings there, and then inside there you can barely see it, but there's the filter. We'll pull it out and you'll be able to see how that works. So I got myself just a little bit of a hanger with a little bit of a hook on the end of it, so that'll help me to grab that filter. And that's what you're looking at. We got our new one. Got our new set of O-rings also, so we'll have to get those put on there. That fits on there like that. Seals it up good. Go ahead and slide it in. Before we do that, I'm going to put a little bit of the transmission fluid on here. Soak it in so that it'll be set, ready to go. Put just a little bit on there just so that the fibers are all moist. Kind of gives it all a head start. Slide that guy back in there. You replace these two O-rings. Put your new ones on there. And you kind of clean up everything. And put it back together. The next step is to put in our fluid, so we'll go ahead and show you how to do that. It's best if you can use a funnel, something along these lines, because it's quite a ways down in there, so you want to be able to access it. Before you put your fluid in, you want to make sure that you had put your drain plug back in. What we use is, for this particular model vehicle, that's Honda Genuine HCF2 transmission fluid. It's not your standard transmission fluid because this is a CVT transmission, so it uses a little bit different stuff. You can probably tell that color there is a little bit lighter than the stuff we drained out. It takes basically 4 quarts of the fluid. We're going to put in about 3.5 and then we'll check it and see where we're at. So we got our fluid back into place, and go ahead and put the plug in to close it off. Now all I need to do is just put the platform back in that supports the battery and reconnect everything, and we'll be good to go. Just as a note, we spent probably about $70 on parts, genuine Honda parts. But if you were to take this into the dealer to have this service done, it would have probably been about $270, $290, that type of thing. So you can save yourself $200 just by doing it yourself. Working at a comfortable pace probably take you maybe 2 hours to do it. So it's not too crazy of an option. So that's something that'd be a possibility for you. You ought to give it a try. It's nice to be able to do a little bit of your own maintenance. Everything is in place. Probably the hardest part of this whole thing was getting the bracket off that supports the battery. So that's probably your most difficult element. So if that's all you got to deal with, that's not too bad. What you'll want to do is get back in your vehicle, put your foot on the accelerator, and then put your key in and turn it to on. Do not start the engine, but just turn it to on. Hold your foot on the accelerator all the way down for about 30 seconds, and that will reset your timer so that you won't get a reminder that it needs to be changed. So that's basically it. Like I said, you can save yourself a lot of money doing it yourself. It's fun to be able to do things that you can do. There's so many things with these vehicles that you really can't do much about, but that is one thing that you can do, is change your CVT fluid. You can change your oil, change your filter, change your cabin air filter. We'll show you how to do those things too.